cougars have been killed in Eugene in just 1 week, and the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife says there's another one still out there. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Brian Richardson. Matt is off.
And I'm Renee McCullough. KEZI 9 News reporter Chanu Hur joins us live in the studio to tell us why one organization is speaking out in defense of the animal. Chanu?
Well, Brian and Renee, after a cougar killed some goats and chickens near Hendricks Park last week, ODFW trapped and killed it. Then on Friday, another cougar was caught, and that one was killed yesterday. Now, they have yet another trap set to catch a third cougar. But one group says, leave the animal alone. In just 8 days, workers with the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife have killed 2 cougars caught near Hendricks Park. Now, with their focus on catching a third one, a group called Predator Defense is speaking out to protect the big cats.
It was a mistake to trap these animals to begin with. They had posed no threat towards people.
The nonprofit organization says there has never been a documented case of cougar attacks on humans in Oregon, and the killing of 2 cougars and efforts to catch a third is unnecessary.
You just leave them alone. When you have a specific case of an individual animal that you know is basically coming back and causing a problem over and over, then maybe that's something to look at.
As the executive director of Predator Defense and activist for nearly 30 years, Brooks FAHY says there's been an overreaction to the cougars. But the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife sees it differently.
We do know that these cougars were killing domestic animals, and when that happens, I think there's a risk that it could continue to happen if they're continually exposed to domestic animals that they can capture.
Brian Wolfer says they don't just trap and kill any cougars that are spotted, only certain situations.
These cougars were comfortable around residences and structures and some high human use areas, and they had killed domestic animals. In those situations, a landowner would be within their rights to kill that cougar because of the damage it caused.
ODFW says there hasn't been any recent signs of the third cougar lately, but they are keeping the trap up along with the camera, something FAHY says isn't needed.
I don't think the trap should have ever been set to begin with. I think it was a great overreaction.
Now, FAHY says the emphasis should be placed on better protecting your livestock and not killing these cougars. But Wolfer says the cougar that was caught yesterday was killed, but first they evaluated to see if it was better suited for a zoo, and an ODFW vet says it wasn't. So they had to kill it.
All right. Thanks very much, Chanu.